panic. The privateers were almost enveloping them, so he's got going again.
How much action do you want in the first laps? We've only 4 laps into this
Have a look. Here it goes, right in front of Johnson. The 2 is blue replay.
It happens in a hurry.
Dick just got through there. They're starting off to say there was that much happening. Some other categories need PR releases to hype up their act.
Well, Brocky's just recorded a lap of 6/10 quicker than Jones there, so Brock the fastest man on the track at the moment. But
Well,
Jones has opened up a gap of 6 seconds over Brock at this stage.
Look what's happening here. Here comes Brocky.
And Tony Longhurst.
Yeah, this is the best move, the best position for a Yokohama shot car in ages, and Tony's best run since he's developed this new car.
Longhurst is on an absolute flyer here. Only qualified 9th. He pushes his way through Brock. Thanks very much. Has this thing got some power and has it got some grip?
Well, they'll be sending those tires back to Yokohama next week to find out what's in them, that's for sure.
Look, Yokohama's been experimenting with some new compounds at Phillip Island this weekend. Tony, very, very confident about his race setup, even though he wasn't quite cutting the mustard in qualifying. And boy, hasn't he proven it here, up to 2nd position, starting out of 9th on the grid.
That's tremendous. No extra help. This is not his test circuit, so what he saw is what he got here at 10 o'clock on Friday morning, and atrocious conditions to try and set the car up. This is really the first decent dry run any of these fellows have had in the last 3 days. Doing a fabulous run here.
Tony has always...
What kind of a car is that again, mate? I'm not sure. Is that a...
Ford.
Oh, is that a Ford? Okay.
Tony has always spoken volumes about his small, very enthusiastic and obviously talented team. The setup on this car is obviously working absolutely fantastically, and he's driving it very, very well. And the amount of speed he's getting out is very impressive.
Well, you'll recall on the fast circuits, he looked fabulous at Sandown in the opening round.
Yes, he did.
That was a wet race. That
Forgot
was the
about
car's
that.
first race. And he's done a lot of development on the car since. Didn't shine at Mount Panorama at Bathurst, but by golly, has he got the act together here today.
I'll tell you what, I think he's gone for the gun tyre choice. He's just cut a lap of 1:38.87. That's 4 seconds under race leader Jones and Brock at the moment, and he is gobbling them up.
He's definitely got Jones in sight now. I thought Alan had it his own way and only had Brock to worry about, but that's all over. He's now got the Castro machine well and truly in his. He's in the slipstream already. I would say another lap, you're going to see the Castro car in front.
I'd say less than that. I think it's coming up shortly, like about now.
I think Tony's in another race here. He's got so much speed on board this thing. He's just gobbling up the field. He's up the race leader now. He'll try down the inside over Lukey Heights.
Here we go.
Goes deeper under brakes. Nice clean move. Jones gives him room, and Tony Longhurst takes over the lead at Phillip Island this afternoon. Tremendous drive.
And he's driving away from AJ as well. Look at that. He just put a gap in it.
Mark said it. He's on another. He's in another world.
Tires.
Jones has come into the pits. I'd say Tony's gone for a pretty aggressive tyre set up here, judging that the track will continue to dry out. He's cutting laps so much faster than anyone else. Larry Perkins in trouble.
Don't see any smoke, but that doesn't mean anything. He's decided to call it a day. Normally when a driver pulls up without anything happening silently like that, you know it's the oil pressure gauge that's giving him the warning.
Larry Perkins sitting there. There's not much he can do about it. Here's the man who leads the race, Tony Longhurst in the Castrol Falcon, and doing a superb job of it as well. Let's check them out for you on the Shell race score. Longhurst the leader. Neil Crompton in the Coca-Cola Commodore now up to 2nd, as we mentioned. Glenn Seaton, the Peter Jackson Falcon, runs in 3rd. John Bow is 4th. And Tony Scott in the Pinnacle Commodore, one of the privateers, up in the top 5. Phillip Island, Tony Longhurst, who went out on slicks, was decimating the opposition. As I said before, the weather changes every 10 minutes. The windscreen wipers are now on because the rain is moving in, and Longhurst will probably be on his way to the pits.
Seaton is in 2nd spot behind him at the moment, but a long way back.
And looks like a few of the other teams, well, all of the other teams will be coming in looking for wet weather rubber. Now you've got to take the gamble whether you go full wets or intermediates.
They always said it was going to be a gamble here. They're going for a full cut wet onto Johnson's car. It really is just a
can't blame any driver for asking for that. When it's raining and you're screening, you can't hardly see through the screen. We can't see out the window of the commentary box. These guys have got to have rain tires on, and although it destroys their position in the laps, listen to the chatter. He's ramming it through that 6-speed. There's one gone off.
Wayne Russell in the Roadshill Express Commodore. He's gone off. couldn't get back to the pits. So unless he can manoeuvre that car around, Longhurst in the meantime, the 25 car heading up to Lukey Hill.
Well, last time around he was still maintaining a 24-second advantage over. So now Tony's coming into the pits as well. The situation out there must be pretty treacherous for him to come in.
Well, we should be able to change 4 tires in about 15 seconds if the crew are obviously sitting there ready. They're probably not that bloody switched on as they would be in a Bathurst situation, but about 15 to 20 seconds he should be able to get out there. Nothing else is causing them any trouble.
Yokohama wet weather tyre, the tread design there, not as aggressive as the Dunlop we saw going into Johnson's car.
Single wheel nuts, those things going on with the big air guns that torque them up to about 500 foot-pound.
So what a disappointment for Tony. As Mike said, these weather conditions just changed by the click of a finger.
This is certainly not 20 seconds. They haven't helped their driver.
No, that's a pretty average stop, come to think of it. Glenn Seaton has gone up, but keep in mind, Glenn Seaton will be on slicks. He'll be in the next lap around, perhaps.
Well, somewhere in that melee, he may well have ducked into the pits already. We'll have to see how he pushes his way through the wet weather conditions here.
He's looking pretty stable there.
He's inherited the lead. John Bow in second position, Brock in third, Alan Jones back to fourth. So the order really, look, he's skating around at the moment.
Well, we certainly know that Tony's in a good shape, whether he can recover. He's only in 5th spot. Not that hard to come back down.
Well, he was in 5th. We'll have to keep an eye on the monitors because there's been a tremendous mix-up with the placings here as all these teams are coming in and out of the pits. And we'll know the next time the transponders go across the line, we'll pick up their positions. But Seaton definitely is the leader of the race at this stage.
John Bow going a little bit wide there. He obviously taking up every millimetre of the real estate available to him.
The windscreen one looks like it's about to come off. It's working so hard there, it's keeping the water off the screen. Look how fast it's going.
Absolutely Jet Ranger windscreen wiper.
Got the headlights ablaze too. The conditions getting continually darker here.
Ross Stone prepares these 2 Shell cars, always does an immaculate job. Has a fabulous team behind him naturally. But when you think how many Shell Championship races we've had, 2 cars prepared for each one of those rounds.
I got news for him.
Super team.
A fellow called Brock is just gaining hand over fist on him, and I don't think it'll be too long before he's back on his tail again.